Okay, Rehim here. I'm doing this short video just to prove a point, I guess, to myself. Um, my point is that pushing is usually a bad thing, um, and that more specifically, it's a very bad thing if you're not here to control your wave as you're pushing. I'm gonna take as an example T1 versus LNG, game two, in the quarterfinals of the World Championships 2023 that got won by T1 in a very convincing manner. Second game, I think, is T1 favored. I think they win the game at the end. I'm not sure. I don't completely remember. But I'm going to talk about the one good move by LNG, which I guess is a bit weird, but sometimes things do not make sense. I mean, I guess they always make sense, but you can't find it. So, so my point was you should not be pushing if you can't control your wave. So, what do I mean by that? I mean, why this game to prove this point? So T1 is gonna, oh nice, oh very nice. T1's gonna play a Rift. Owner just fought over blue buff, gave up blue buff because I think he was scared of Tarzan coming back up, even though he's like a full level ahead. I mean, I guess he could have fought for blue buff, but um, no, he's not fighting yet. He's fighting a bit later. Yeah, so T1's fighting, owner's fighting for blue buff, decides to cancel that fight even though he's still a full level ahead of Tarzan. And bot lane's coming. I guess he can't know that, but I think he's just playing it safe. Everybody's got vision on Rift, and so T1 starts it. T1's got Crab. T1 knows that Tarzan's not on his blue, and so owner's like, all right, might as well start the Rift. Problem is, Aatrox is pushed in, so owner's going down this way because he's kind of scared of Gwen rotating. And what's gonna happen is that the entire all the players are essentially gonna rotate towards Rift because owner started Rift, calls for his teammates, and LNG is already rotating. All right, and what's gonna happen is that I think owners calls for T1. He's like, boys, I'm doing a Rift. And Gumayusi, who's right here, looks at his bot lane wave, and what we don't see is that his red wave is pushing the blue wave. I'm gonna get myself some paint. Fuck. Come right there. It's gonna be paint. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Jesus. All right. Nice. So his red wave, because he's red side, right? Yeah. Okay, let's do white. His red wave is bigger than the blue wave. So what's essentially going to happen after a while is that his red wave will push in the blue wave and crash under the blue tower. And Guma's like, all right, boys, I'm threatening a push on the blue tower. So if you guys go for Herald, no, fuck, sorry, excuse me, no bad words. If you guys go for, oh man, it's blue, I mean blue, all right, whatever, blue. If you guys go for Herald, we rotate bot and we take your blue tower, okay? I think that's essentially the idea. It's threatening a push on the bot lane tower. But what happens is that Gumayusi is going to be way too far away to even threaten a push bot. So what's going to happen is that this red wave will essentially just go underneath the blue tower, push it. And what's going to happen is that the next blue wave is going to come in, start fighting this blue wave this way. It's going to fight this red wave, kill it. But while it's killing it, the next wave will also come in, And now is my point is if you're pushing in the way Gumayusi was intending to, you should be here to control this wave or to finish the push, because otherwise there's going to be a huge blue bounce. And if a blue champion just walks in at the right moment, he takes that huge double wave and pushes it all the way into the tower, pushes the tower, and gets 2 plates. And now comes the one good move by LNG during the entire game, I think, because they didn't play that well. The one good move comes here. Gala's recalling. Now Gumayusi came in, Varus is right here, Karia's right here, Ona's right here, Salas channels a recall for some reason, even though everybody came for the rift. He doesn't have TP, right? So he's out of the fight. Gala recalls. And Gala starts doing exactly what I said. Oh, perfect. So yeah, they're showing the red push. They're like, hey, boys, it's pushing for T1. But actually what's going to happen is that, yeah, right now it's pushing for T1. Nobody gets the XP and gold for the red minions. So I guess it's a win for T1. But then the blue minions will start pushing back. And if by any chance a champion would show up, he would collect 2 waves, push it into the red tower, and get 2 plates. You know, it's just maybe, right? Like, who knows if it would happen. And it's actually what's going to happen, right? T1 thinks that the enemy bot is here, like, around, and so they stay on Rift, and Gala's just chilling. And here comes the bounce, and Gala's catching that wave, creating a huge blue wave, and he's gonna push it into the red tower. And T1 is actually so scared that they send Silas a response. Silas TPs from mid, clears the wave, and channels TP on that pink ward right there. It goes now, yeah. And Gala gets 2 plates. Like, easily 2 plates. I mean, and Silas builds Everfrost, so he's got 0 damage. Yep, exactly. And that is why, in my opinion, you should not be pushing when you're not here to control the wave. If you're not here to control the wave, you're running a huge risk, and it's the risk of the enemy wave stacking up under the enemy tower, and that an enemy champion comes in at the right moment, collects the stacked wave, and pushes back with a huge bouncing wave. And that's essentially what's happening in that game. So yeah, I guess that was just my point. Kind of a good way to get it out of my head. Yep.